Hi, this is Chris from Restart Homes LLC here in Bridgeport, Connecticut, home of iBuyCityHomes.com and BridgeportRehabDeals.com. Thanks for taking a look at this video. If we have provided you with value through this video, we ask that you return the favor and like our business page on Facebook. Please go to facebook.com/restart homes. That's RESTARTHOMES. And click the like button. Thanks, we appreciate it. Now that we have the yellow paper up as the background, um, we would want to make some adjustments to the margin, and also I'll give you some pointers as to why I don't write begin writing at the top. As you can see here right now, our 1 inch margin is actually a little bit too much to the left. We need to be to the right of this red line on the yellow paper, and that adjustment we can do easily by this shifting the margins. So you would want to go to make sure you have your view, your rulers set up. Also, I like to work in the print layout. You would drag the margin and the indent to be in line with that red margin, the hard red margin of the yellow paper. So now, as you can see, we are just on that line. So any writing that we do now is actually going to be to the right of that line when we consider the white space. This is what I said from earlier. You have to make adjustments. If I go more to the right, you could test this out yourself. Your printing is actually going to go further to the right because of this white space. So I am going to stick pretty much close to on the red line as the margin, and I know that when I do my actual printing, I'm going to have at least this much space off of the or to the right of the red line. Okay, so that sets the margin. Now I don't start writing at the top. I would start from this line here, which is the second line down. If you look at the header, as you can see, the header right now is set to more or less take up that 1 inch off the top, and I would suggest not writing in there, just leaving the header in there, so that it excludes that area, because a lot of times when you rip this yellow paper from the pad, these edges don't come out very clean, and you may need to clean it up with a scissors or some sort of a guillotine or something. So I prefer not to write in here and start writing underneath on the next line down. There we go. Now, as to the text that I normally use, this is my text. See how it's going to look here. Okay, so my text is pretty much on the margin where I want it to be, but it's not on the lines. So it's just a matter now of making the adjustments to get the text on the line. But before I do that, the very next thing I want to do is to make sure that I have the right font and the right font size selected. So I would go to my Never Say Never, and I would go to around 18 point. As you see, it fills up much of the boxes. If you look at the common letters, they pretty much go midway between the lines, which is what I said about scaling. You want to make sure that your fonts that you select are readable and scalable. So you want to have your capitals going up to around 3/4 and your lowercase around the middle. And this font at 18 points does pretty much that. So that being said, now my first line, their sellers, is actually dead on that line. So that first one is now lined up at 18 points using this font Never Says Never. If you choose a different font or different font size, it may not line up. You would have to do something else, make an adjustment, and I would show you next the adjustments that I make to get these things as close to the lines as possible.